Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On the Jets sideline, there you see head coach Aaron Glenn. His guys with 2 straight home losses to start the year, hoping to have better luck on the road here in week 3. Across from him on the Bucs sideline, Todd Bowles. His guys also come in 0-2. And as of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. It shifts by him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
Almost certainly a future Hall of Famer, and he's still seeking the storybook ending to his career. But he had patience, looked around, took his time before choosing his team. And boy, are they glad that he did, because he still has a lot of juice left despite being 41 years old. Finishing the top 10 in passing yards last season with nearly 4,000 yards and touchdowns as well with 28.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading him out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Ole Miss.
And not the start that anyone really wanted. Maybe expected that 0-2 to begin. But that happens when you have a rookie quarterback. There's going to be some growing pains. But what I like is, around this team, the players, the coaching staff, all of them keep emphasizing how much they believe in him, and they expect the results to show themselves soon.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Dart. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Here is 3rd down and 4. Throwing, Dart. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now the former Sun Devil, it's Cam Scatterbo. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. When you look at this defense, they're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in the football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Jets.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Rodgers going to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. Good move at the 30. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And that will come the offense as they take over. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
2nd down, Pollard again. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Throwing is done. Here's a screen now for Pollard.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd.
Dart from the gun on 3rd down.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
No, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's Scatterby to start the drive.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Rodgers with a keeper. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back now comes Tampa Bay.
They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. And In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 9 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute. I expect them to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20+.
Throwing his dart. That is caught. He's going to pick up the first down and then some.
And all the way down to the 41-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Got a man, it's Kayshon Boutte.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here's Dart. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard.
A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Jets 17-yard line.
Pollard will take it up the gut.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
To the air, Dart. Drops this underneath for Pollard.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out now come the Jets. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Looking to put a drive together.
First down, here's Scatterby.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
It's a gain of 11. And the Jets, first down.
On first down, right back to Scatterby. To the 43, 2nd down. They'll run from the gun with Scatterby. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Throwing is Rodgers.
He'll dump this off to Scatterby.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
First down. It's a gain of 6. And the Jets, first down.
Give up the middle, Scatterby.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
2nd and 9.
In motion right, that's Harrison.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a play action now for Rodgers. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The Jets on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Now it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Dart. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
That's good for a 1st down.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Bucs at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that. And what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
That's dumped off to Pollard.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the bootleg, it's Dart. Short throw, he's got Kraft.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Here's Dart. He's got his target. That's complete.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
1 yard gain.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Jets 35-yard line.
Looking to throw, Dart. Swinging this out for Pollard.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Gain of 6 brings up 3rd and 3.
To throw now, Dart. He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Dart going to look to throw here.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
2nd and 6.
Dart.
At the 8-yard line.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks.
Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
13 yards on the play. And the Jets, first down.
Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete here.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a...
Oh, the Buccaneers pressure too much. Down he goes.
And that sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
That's good for a Jets. First down. A gain of 27 on the play. First down, New York.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
An inside run with Scatterby.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Over the middle, complete. That's Harrison. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. To throw is Rodgers. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
And that's going to be incomplete.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through.
And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
Wow, that is incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
T.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Dart.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. That complete to Downs. And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Complete to Josh Downs. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
To throw, Dart. To the sideline and incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best one.
Taking it right down Broadway. Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Buccaneers go up by 2 touchdowns. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they drew.
Correct on both counts. Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 17-3. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Christian Watson, 71 yards. And the Jets have got it back to within a score.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Santos with the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing his dart. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. When you talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Jets will take over. Christian Watson and the rest of this offense back out now.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
And when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Now Rodgers.
That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. The challenge flag is out. Todd Bowles not pleased with the ruling on the field, and he's going to ask the officials to take another look. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
He'll get that complete to Harrison. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
17 yards. That's good for a Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Scatterby. Powering his way forward. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal. There's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
Jets first down. 1st and goal, New York.
Rodgers now to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Scatterby.
Touchdown, Jets.
Cam Scatterby
From a yard out.
And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level.
Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as it kicks away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And this taken in by Downs. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 72 yards rushing for him now to this point. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They go play action with Dart. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll go with the keeper. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And he'll decide to keep this once more.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down.
45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
No gain on the play. Brings up
To the air, Dart.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? Well, let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
A loss of 7 yards.
Boye Mafe able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Returnable here from the 38. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Buccaneers offense and running back Tony Pollard set to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Now Dart.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Throwing, dart. A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
They'll give it to Scadaboo. Oh, nice move. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And once again, it's Scadaboo.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
70 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
First down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Scadaboo will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Touchdown!
Cam Scadaboo.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Jets have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. So what a comeback here. They looked like they might be down and out not too long ago, but they have rallied back to take a 4th quarter lead.
And I think we've got to give them nothing but credit for figuring things out on the fly because mentally they were on the ropes ready to go and they hung in there and made some changes and adjustments, and that led to some big plays, and it turned this game on its ear.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
And a first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Dart. That's dumped off to Pollard.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now a give here to Pollard. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
Throwing his Dart.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
So here are the Jets now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Now a toss left side for Scatterby. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. The Jets on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Rodgers going to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here. They've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They juked him. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And this turns into a nice game with a slide at the end. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
At the 46-yard line.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through the entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Dart. He finds his man, Pollard. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19.
And a first down. 1st and 10.
They'll run. Here's Pollard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
At the 8-yard line.
Throwing from the gun here, Dart. Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
24.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Christian Watson and the rest of this offense back out now.
When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Throwing is Rodgers.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. From the gun, Dart. And pass complete. Here's Butte with it.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. To throw now, Dart. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A nice pickup of 17 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Play action now. Dart.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Here's 2nd down. To throw is Dart. Gets this complete to Butte.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
He'll try and do this himself.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
They'll run forward Pollard. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep. They'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts
Brings up 2nd
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Rodgers throwing here.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired. Well, he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And it is caught.
And he will have a Jets first down, and that should just about do it.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Jets first down.
They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Jets, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.